everyone, my name is Brooke and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my Walt Disney World Trip Itinerary video. I've never done one of these videos before, however I know they're very popular with Disney trips and I personally love watching them, so I thought it would be kind of cool to try one myself. When you are seeing this video, I will actually already be on my trip. It will be done actually, my trip. I didn't want to post this before I did my trip just for safety reasons for myself, but either way this will be posted before the vlogs go up, so you all will still be seeing my itinerary video before you actually see the trip. So like I said, I'm going to Disney World. I'm going to be in Disney World from August 27th until September 4th. I'm going at the end of August, which is a great time to go. The crowds are generally very low. I've gone this week a couple of times with my family before. This is going to be a solo trip for myself. I've never done a solo Disney World trip before. I've done a couple solo park days on my Disney College program, but never a full trip. So I'm super excited, and let's just get right on into what is going to be happening. So my vacation is actually going to be starting on August 26th. Later in the afternoon, me and my mom are going to be staying in a hotel in Toronto for the night. We've booked the Delta Airport Hotel, which has a nice pool. We also got parking included for the night, and there's also a Starbucks on site, which I'm very excited for. We're going to go to the hotel, we're going to get some dinner and go in the pool and then spend the night there so I can be in Toronto early in the morning at the airport. My mom is staying with me because she wanted to have her own little vacation, and she was going to drive me to the airport really early in the morning anyway. So this way she's still driving home at the same time, but she's coming the night and still spending that night there. So I'm going to spend the night with her in that hotel. On August 27th, I am going to be flying out of the Toronto airport. My flight leaves at 9:45 in the morning. That's actually the earliest flight I could get. The airports are running limited number of flights right now to the US. So I am going to be flying out 9:45 in the morning, and my flight is scheduled to land at 12:30 in the afternoon. When I land at 12:30, I'm going to pick up my baggage because Disney is not doing that right now, and I am taking the Magical Express from the airport to my Disney World Resort hotel, and I am going to be staying at Disney's Pop Century Resort. I've stayed at Disney's Pop Century Resort before. I absolutely love it. I adore the room renovations they've done. I did just get a standard room, so we'll see what kind of room they put me in or whereabouts they put me in. I obviously have no idea yet. I did request the 50s section though. That is my favorite section of the resort, so hopefully I get to go in the 50s section, maybe close to the Skyliner would be amazing, but I'm really happy with whatever room I get there. Pop Century I do find is a smaller value resort, and no matter where you stay, it's a pretty close walk to the lobby area. I have not yet decided exactly what I'm doing for food that day. I don't have any actual dining reservations, but I was thinking when I get to the hotel, depending how hungry I am, I might eat just a small quick service meal when I'm there. I do want to get a refillable drink mug as well. I plan on doing that. I love the refillable drink mug system at Disney, and if my room is ready, I think I'll get a drink mug at that point, but if my room is not yet ready, I don't think I will, just because I don't want to have to carry it around to the park with me. If my room is ready, I'll also go to my room with my luggage and unpack a little bit, just settle in for probably about 20 minutes or so before I do head to the park. If my room is not ready, I'll just drop my bags off at Bell Services and head to the park. So I will then be taking the Skyliner to Epcot, and if I have not eaten yet at this point, I will definitely be checking out a couple things at Food and Wine. For that day at Epcot, I definitely want to do a couple of rides. I think Spaceship Earth might be the first place I head to, depending on what the wait time is. I'm not sure, although I will be entering at the Back of World Showcase because I'm coming from the Skyliner. I definitely want to start at the front of the park to get that full experience. So doing all the rides in Epcot, you know, Figment, Test Track, Soarin', Living with the Land, all those rides, and then probably finishing my day off around World Showcase. And I'm not sure if I'm going to see Epcot forever or not, depending how tired I am. If I make it the full day to the parks, Epcot closes at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to be waking up fairly decently early in the morning to catch the flight. So depending how tired I am, whether or not I'm going to stay right till close, and that is going to be my day one. On August 28th, which is my next day, I am going to be going to Magic Kingdom. I don't have any dining reservations booked on this day either. I actually only have one dining reservation booked for my whole trip, just because I do plan on saving money. I'm okay with eating at quick service restaurants. I eat a lot of kids meals at quick service restaurants, and I do want to try a lot of the different snack options that are new at Disney. So I'm not even sure how many full meals I'm going to eat, or if I'm just going to snack all day. We'll see how it goes. But I am of course course gonna start the day with Mickey waffles at Pop Century before heading to the Magic Kingdom. I am definitely going to be rope dropping Magic Kingdom. I always like to start my rope drops over in Tomorrowland, so doing attractions there and then working my way over. I've already checked the crowd calendar and it looks like it's going to be a pretty slow day in Magic Kingdom, so I should be able to get quite a few rides done even though it will be a Saturday. The big to-do on my list for this day is I want to try the cream cheese pretzel in Tomorrowland. I think that'll be kind of like a late morning, early lunchtime snack before I head back to the pool in the afternoon. Especially in August, I love to do pool in the afternoon and just hanging out at the resort just because it gets so hot outside. Take the hottest part of the day, spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours at the hotel, go back to the park and you feel 100% refreshed and so much better. So I think I'm definitely going to try to do that on most of the days, but at nighttime I do plan on going back to Magic Kingdom, just riding whatever I can there, whatever has low wait times. I would love to watch Happily Ever After. This is probably going to be the only time I watch Happily Ever After on my trip. I'm not too fond of the big crowds that the fireworks bring in, and a lot of times the fireworks are, to be honest, like take it or leave it for me. I would rather ride rides the zero wait than wait in this huge crowd on Main Street with the fireworks, so I do definitely want to see Happily Ever After one more time, but I think this is the only time I'm going to watch it on my vacation. On August 29th, I'm going to be headed to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom opens at 8 a.m. and I plan on rope dropping Flight of Passage. I've never actually rope dropped Flight of Passage before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if the line will be too long. If it is too long, I might just hop over to Navi River Journey and see where Flight of Passage takes me at the end of the day maybe. I'm not sure. Animal Kingdom closes at 7 o'clock I believe that day, so it's not a lot of time to get a lot of park things done when it closes at 7. I do want to have lunch at Yak and Yeti, just the quick service, not the table service option. I've never eaten there before, but the food options look amazing. And then for dinner, I'm going to eat at Satu'li Canteen. I adore Satu'li Canteen, one of my favorite quick service restaurants on property. I'm also thinking of getting a Night Blossom drink while I'm there, depending on how I'm feeling, but slushies are always a great option in the summer in Disney World. I haven't had a Night Blossom since 2018, I don't think, so I'm gonna try one of those again. When I am done at Animal Kingdom, I plan on coming back to the hotel and actually going to the Art of Animation Resort, which is right next to Pop Century. I want to take some photos there. I want to kind of explore the resort because I haven't done that in a while, and it's right next door to mine. Because Animal Kingdom does close so early at 7 o'clock, this will give me lots of time to do that, and then I can just hang out at the hotel, maybe go in the pool if I feel like it, maybe get a drink from the pool bar, depending on what's going on. But I definitely want to spend some time at Art of Animation. It's a really cool hotel. I stayed there quite a few years ago now, but it's really great. I like the theming there personally more than Pop Century. Pop Century is a great resort, but just walking around, like the Cars section specifically is really amazing at Art of Animation, so I want to go there and check everything out. I also plan on hitting up the Pop Century Resort quick service there for some of the tie-dye cheesecake, another Disney staple that I have just never tried, so definitely want to check that out. On August 30th, I'm going to the only park I haven't done yet, which will be Hollywood Studios. Of course, we are trying for that Rise Resistance boarding pass in the morning. I'm going to try to get up super early so I can ride the Skyliner there and hopefully be there before park open so I can go right to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is the ride that I've been on once. I was there when it was opening day, and I haven't ridden it since then, so I definitely want to try out Runaway Railway. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get on Slinky Dog that day, depending on what the wait times are. After Runaway Railway, I'll probably head over to Tower of Terror, and then like Toy Story Mania or something, hit some of the mildly large attractions that aren't too lined up in the morning. I definitely want to hit up Pizza Rizzo, one of my favorite restaurants to eat at. They also have a pumpkin cannoli right now at Pizza Rizzo for their new Halloween treats, so I want to try that out. It looks absolutely delicious. And the pumpkin mousse at the Starbucks location, which is a Disney treat, also looks absolutely amazing, so I want to try that out too. It literally looks picture perfect. It has like this glaze over it that makes it look like a real pumpkin, but it's more of like a cake style mousse. It looks so good and I've heard some really great reviews on it, so I'm excited to try that out. Later in the afternoon, I probably am gonna head back to the hotel once again, and at night I haven't quite decided where I'm gonna go yet. I'm either gonna go back to Hollywood Studios or I think I'll probably check out Epcot again. On August 31st is another Magic Kingdom day for me. Once again, we're rope dropping. I always love to rope drop the park, so definitely doing that. And I think I'm gonna try to eat breakfast at Gaston's Tavern with the cinnamon roll roll and apple slushie or LeFou's brew that they have there. This time when touring Magic Kingdom, I'm going to start in Adventureland with Pirates of the Caribbean and then work my way through Thunder Mountain, maybe Splash Mountain depending on the weather, the Haunted Mansion and like Small World and that, and work my way around the other side of the park. For lunch, I'll probably check out either Cosmic Rays or Sleepy Hollow, depending on what kind of food I'm feeling like. And then for dinner, I'm thinking I might head to the Art of Animation or one of the other Disney resort hotels and have a little bit of a different dinner there. The food in Magic Kingdom is not really my favorite, especially for quick service, so I'm probably not going to end up eating dinner there. I might even just have a really late dinner when I get back to the hotel, depending on how hungry I am. I've also very much planned my outfits for this day to be very Halloween-esque. So I'm definitely going to take a lot of spooky photos on Main Street. September 1st is going to be a little bit of a different day. So this is actually where I do have my only dining reservation. I have a breakfast reservation at K May Cafe at 8:55 a.m. So I'm going to be checking that out. I'm going to be going there nice and early. My plan to get there is to take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios and walk over, since the Epcot Skyliner line will not be running yet, unless of course they do let me on for a reservation. However, I've heard they only let people on for reservations at the Riviera. They don't let them go further than that. I then will be spending my day in Epcot. I definitely want to hit up Food and Wine this day, probably later in the afternoon, since I will be pretty full from the full buffet breakfast at Cape May Cafe. I also have my COVID test scheduled for this day. So the COVID test, the PCR test, is what I need to get to come back into Canada. This is the location where I am doing my COVID test at. I already have the appointment scheduled. The cost is $199 US. I have prepaid, I have my appointment ready, so I'm going to be Ubering there and back. Once again, I need to do this to get back into Canada, so I will be taking the COVID test this day since it is about 72 hours before my flight. After this, I'm just going back to Epcot and taking in kind of Food and Wine, mainly World Showcase. I definitely want to walk around World Showcase this day and very much take my time with it, exploring all the different Food and Wine offerings, along with just the actual pavilions, which I haven't been to now in well over a year. I honestly don't think it's going to be the same because the cultural representatives are not there. It is just regular cast members working in the pavilions, which is honestly quite disappointing to me. However, it's still going to be kind of neat to check everything out, I think, and just experience it all again. September 2nd, I'm headed back to Animal Kingdom. How exactly I do this day or where I start is really going to depend on what happened the previous Animal Kingdom day. If my rope drop for Flight of Passage was a success, we're probably going to do that. If not, we're probably just going to head for Navi River Journey again. The Avatar rides have a tendency to open before the rest of the park, so if I'm able to get a Navi River Journey, usually you're able to get a Navi River Journey and rope drop that, and then also rope drop like the Safari or Dinosaur or something, because they'll open the Avatar part first and then they'll open the rest of the park after. So that's been my experience in the past, so we'll see if they'll let me do that again. I definitely want to eat at Flame Tree Barbecue this time because I did not previously, and then honestly probably Satuli again. Once again, Animal Kingdom closes early this day too, so I will just be spending the night at the resort, once again at the pool. It's kind of nice to take a little bit of a night off once in a while and just have a little bit of a relaxing time. I may also hit up Disney Springs this night depending on what I'm feeling. And then my final park reservation is on September 3rd, and this is where I will be headed to Hollywood Studios in the morning, once again trying for that Rise the Resistance boarding pass. Same kind of deal with this Hollywood Studios day, same kind of touring plan I have in my mind. I find once I get a sort of touring plan that works for the different parks, I like to stick to it just because it allows me to accomplish everything I want to. I might even try to rope drop Slinky though, depending if I want to do Runaway Railway again first thing in the morning or try to do Slinky. At night, I'm probably going to hop over to Magic Kingdom to finish off my park days. Originally, I was supposed to do a Magic Kingdom day on September 4th, however, my flight got moved to be a lot earlier, like 8 hours earlier. It was supposed to be a night flight, and now it's like a 1 o'clock in the afternoon flight. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to Magic Kingdom that day because I'll have to be at the airport at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to be able to go to a park that day, which is really unfortunate, but that's okay. I'll still be able to do it on the night of the 3rd. And that's pretty much how I'm going to close out my Disney vacation in Magic Kingdom. Riding some of my favorite attractions again, hoping to get on Thunder Mountain as many times as possible. Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Ranger Spin, all of my favorites once again. And then finally on September 4th, my flight to Toronto does leave Orlando at 1:50 p.m. once again through WestJet, so I will have to be there, like I said, fairly early. I'll be checking out of the Pop Century Resort that day and taking the Magical Express back to the airport before I come home here and start editing all the videos. And that's gonna be my Disney trip. It is 8 days, which is awesome, so it is one day longer than a week, which I really appreciate. However, I know it is absolutely just going to fly by. I'm so excited to get to experience everything again. It's been a year and a half since I've been able to see the parks and be in them, and I'll actually be able to use my annual pass, which is really exciting. So I can't wait to get back and experience everything. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you are excited to see me actually play out everything I just told you, make sure you go check out my channel, because as of Monday, there will be a Disney vlog up on my channel, the very first day, my travel day. So make sure you stay tuned for that and subscribe if you haven't already. But thank you again so much for watching, and have a magical rest of your day.